Hyundai was the one that reported 452 illegals apprehended at the Hyundai mega plant construction site yesterday near Savannah. The biggest crock of shit I've heard so far since the Hyundai plant in Ellaville, Georgia was raided was that the Koreans and the illegals will do jobs that Americans can't do or won't do. Well, that's bullshit.
A woman who just went online bragging about being the reason 475 people were just arrested. It didn't go the way that you thought, did it? Because the way that you were so happy to share with the world voluntarily that you were the one that contacted ICE, that got that Hyundai plant that was in the middle of being constructed, completely shut down. And over 400 people arrested, most of them being Koreans, which you seemed kind of confused about until you realized that Hyundai is owned by Koreans. And that the reason they had so many people from other countries here was because they knew they were going to have to train Americans to do this job.
You know what's crazy? One phone call to ICE has now turned into a $1 billion problem. And Tory Branham really thought she was doing something smart by calling out the Hyundai plant in Georgia. But instead of protecting American jobs, it looks like she just ended up hurting them and making the US lose face with South Korea. Hello guys, welcome back. My name is Amy and this whole situation is wild. Now, Branham, who's running for Congress in Georgia, bragged that she reported Hyundai and LG to ICE. And she claimed the company was keeping over local workers and filling up the place with foreigners. Sounds patriotic, right? Except here's the part she didn't mention. A lot of those workers were in America legally, with visas and doing technical training so the plant could even operate. They were literally in America to help Americans get the jobs ready. And now, ICE came in, detained nearly 500 people, and Hyundai has basically pressed pause on moving forward. And billions are on the line. Jobs that were supposed to open up for Georgians are stuck in limbo. Now, let's check out how people are reacting to all this. Then I'll be back and we can talk more about it.
I would love to see the jobs report on how many jobs were lost due to that one lady calling ICE on the Hyundai workers that were here so that they could train the American workers. How many American jobs just got lost because of that? And how many more are going to get lost because of the snowball effect of potential other Korean businesses that are not going to want to do business in Georgia, let alone the United States? I believe in holding people like this incredibly accountable, especially when they cost our state and our country tens of billions of dollars.
Tory Branham, step to the front, girl. Not only did you mess up Hyundai's entire schedule and suspended the project that was going on in Georgia, you have effectively made South Korea start investigating us for human civil rights crimes against their citizens. South Korean officials interviewed the citizens that went back to South Korea from the Hyundai plant, and they have come up with some pretty horrendous experiences. And South Korea, in doing so, is investigating ICE. Some of these allegations include black mold and an infestation of such, 80 people to one room, sleeping in shackles, shackled together, sleeping and eating very close to an open toilet, okay? My toilet right now is less than a foot away from me. They were closer. The South Korean government even said that these people that they interviewed said that they were treated like violent criminals and the guards were consistently mocking them. And although the president said that hopefully this is just a bump in the road, they are going to investigate the United States and ICE for what they did to their citizens who were just trying to work. I hope it was worth it, Tory.
That lady who called ICE on those South Koreans at the Hyundai plant in Georgia, South Korea responded. Yeah, y'all remember this lady who claimed to call ICE because the union workers couldn't get jobs. They weren't allowing Americans to get jobs. But really, it was just South Koreans bringing over people to build this Hyundai plant in order to set it up and get Americans to come and learn how to set up these Hyundai parts. Yeah, she's made a fool of herself. Over $300 billion was invested to bring South Koreans over, build up this Hyundai plant so that they can open up jobs to Americans to come in and learn from these South Koreans in order to build jobs, manufacturing, and all that for Americans. And she called ICE and got them detained and shackled. South Korea had to come and tell our government to unshackle their workers, who, mind you, again, they were on visas. They had work visas to be over here. South Korea told America, unshackle them. We're sending a charter plane. I know they like to say, oh, we sent a charter plane to bring them back to South Korea. No, South Korea sent that charter plane, not America. This is why I say racism is it's just so, you can't do nothing but laugh at racism. Because
the update is it has caused an international crisis. This plant was not even open. I need everyone to understand this plant was not open. It was scheduled to open in 2026. South Korea, which makes batteries, was going to brought over their most top specialized people to get the plant open, hire American workers in Georgia, train them, and to get this factory going. The plant was not open. If you listen to her videos, she talks about union workers could have come here, how they were stealing jobs. The plant was not even open.
You cannot tell me this woman is not a complete moron, whether you support what she did or not. Tori Branham came online and proudly said, yes, I'm the one who caused 475 people to be detained at that Hyundai facility. Completely saying the name wrong. She has no idea how to even pronounce the word, but she keeps saying it in all of her videos. I was the one who called ICE and got all those people detained, and I want y'all to vote for me because I'm running for Congress. And then when she started getting backlash because people were like, are you serious? She's like, yeah, all these jobs are now going to be going to people in Georgia. Very confused on the fact that Koreans were involved, having zero understanding that this was a Korean facility that was being built, hadn't even started production yet, still has no understanding because she's now spent it every single way she possibly can trying to defend her actions, saying it was unsafe work environment, saying people were not paid, saying that they were using all of the water resources and animals were dying. Everyone's like, none of that is true. And she's like, well, these people were here illegally and they shouldn't have been here. So y'all should still support me. And people are like, do you have any understanding? And she doesn't seem to. Because this was a $4.3 billion battery facility. The 475 jobs are nothing. This was going to be over 8,000 jobs once this facility started running. She potentially lost her state thousands of jobs, but the economy billions of dollars. Because now they're saying just this one delay is going to push them into next year. But what was this facility going to do for the United States? Is it important? Yes. This one facility was going to ensure the United States independence by granting us access to a renewable resource we could create within our own country. Let that sink in. $4.3 billion battery facility that was going to grant us independence and access to a renewable resource. And we're not just talking batteries for vehicles. These batteries will be used by utility companies to store energy. They're going to be used in data centers, hospitals, medical facilities. For regular people like me and you, we're talking laptops, computers, cell phones. We're talking power tools. This was all going to come from this facility. There are 3 smaller facilities in the United States that are running, but it is not anywhere close to what we need as a country to keep us running effectively. This one woman potentially stopped it all because now the president, the investors in Korea are saying, you know what, just send all of our people back. Stop construction. We're going to think this one through. Because you guys made a promise to us. You said that we could come here and build this facility. I think this was only like 1 in 5 facilities they even have. Now it could potentially not happen. We would have never known that this woman was behind it had she not come online and bragged about it like an elementary schooler on their birthday. But she wants you to vote for her because she's running for Congress. Can't pronounce a fucking word, but she wants to run for Congress.
People aren't just angry. They are calling her out for being flat out ignorant. And what makes it worse is how unapologetic she's been about it. And she was confidently posting TikToks, bragging about how she tipped off ICE, showing zero awareness of the damage she has just caused. But here's the thing, that confidence didn't last long. From what people are saying, she eventually deleted her TikTok account altogether, probably because the backlash was just too much. And it's like she wanted the spotlight when she thought she was a hero. But when the truth came out, she couldn't take the heat. And let's not forget, her actions didn't just embarrass herself, they embarrassed Americans. They stalled one of the biggest projects in Georgia's history, and they cost both time and money that can't easily be replaced. And you can see she claimed that she was protecting American jobs for Americans. But the crazy part is the very people she wanted gone were the ones making those American jobs possible in the first place. And without them, there's no plant, there's no training, there's no jobs to protect. So her so-called patriotism actually backfired big time. So here's my bigger question. Was this even really about protecting American workers? Or was it just about clout or hiding the fact that she was just racist? Because at the end of the day, American workers are still waiting. South Korea is still furious. And the plant is still delayed or won't even be there in the first place. Anyway, guys, what do you think? Should she be held accountable for this fallout? And before you go, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more trending stories just like this. Thank you so much, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.